Have you ever walked out of a room and felt like you weren't actually the one in control? Like you were just a passenger in a conversation, watching opportunities slip through your fingers because you didn't know the right words to say? Most people treat their social lives like an accidental landscape. They just hope things grow in the right places. But what if you could stop hoping and start building? Imagine having a structural blueprint for every interaction, a set of tools that allow you to rewire how people perceive you, how they respond to you, and even how you perceive yourself. Today, we're stepping onto the construction site of the human mind. These are 15 golden psychological blueprints to help you stop reacting to your life and start designing it. Welcome to Mind Architects. This is actually the very first video on this channel, and I am so excited to begin this journey with you. We don't just give you tricks, we give you the structural engineering behind human behavior. If you're ready to start rebuilding your mental foundation, I would be incredibly happy and grateful if you could support this new beginning by subscribing and hitting the like button. It truly means the world to me. Now, let's look at our first blueprint. When you need someone to do something, never start with the phrase, "Could you?" Psychologically, "could you" sounds like a theoretical question. The brain hears it as, "Is it possible for you to do this?" And it gives the other person an easy exit. Instead, state your expectation clearly or use the phrase, "I need your help with this task." If you want a result, don't ask about their ability, state the need directly. If you've asked a question and the answer feels incomplete or like a lie, stay silent, keep eye contact, and don't say a word. In a gap of silence, the human brain feels a structural instability. It desperately wants to fill the hole. Usually, they will fill it with the truth or the extra details they were trying to hide. Silence is the most powerful tool for excavation. Let them dig their own way to the truth. This third blueprint is known as the Benjamin Franklin effect. If you want someone to like you, ask them for a small favor, not a big one, just a pen or a quick opinion. Inside their mind, something called cognitive dissonance occurs. Their brain thinks, "I'm doing something for this person, so I must like them." We don't do favors for people we like people because we do them favors. Dealing with a lazy teammate or a child who won't clean? Don't say, "Do all of this." Use the phrase, "Start with this small part." When we see a massive building, the mind gets overwhelmed. But a single brick? We can handle a brick. Once they start, the momentum of the Zeigarnik effect takes over. The brain hates unfinished business and will want to finish the rest. Resistance is usually just a fear of the scale. Shrink the target to start the engine. When talking to someone new, subtly mimic their body language. If they cross their legs, wait a minute, then do the same.
This creates biological mimicry. It signals to their subconscious that you are part of the same tribe. People don't fall in love with people. They fall in love with reflections of themselves. This next one is almost like a glitch in the human operating system. If someone is heavily focused, say on an intense phone call, you can hold out your hand and they will give you whatever they are holding. Or you can hand them something and they'll take it without even realizing. Their conscious mind is occupied, leaving the autopilot to handle the physical world. A busy mind is a door left unlocked. Want someone to agree with your proposal? Subtly nod your head up and down while you're speaking. Because of mirror neurons, the person watching you will often begin to nod back. Once their body is in the physical motion of agreement, their mind follows. Lead with the body, and the mind will follow your rhythm. We are now halfway through our master plan, and the next few blueprints are where the real structural changes happen. If you want someone to agree to a request, start with something absurdly large, something they will definitely say no to. Then retreat to what you actually wanted. This is the door in the face technique. To them, it feels like you made a concession, so they feel a psychological need to meet you halfway. A no is often just a stepping stone to a yes. Do you ever leave the house and panic about whether you locked the door or turned off the stove? Next time you do it, say something completely absurd out loud. Purple elephant or neon cactus. Because the action is a boring habit, your brain doesn't record it, but it will record the weird phrase, and you'll remember, I said purple elephant while turning the key. To remember the mundane, attach it to the bizarre. Use a person's name in conversation. Not every sentence, but once or twice. A person's name is the sweetest sound in any language to them. It validates their existence and instantly builds a bridge of rapport. A name is the ultimate key to a person's internal residence. If someone is angry at you, don't use you language. Don't say you didn't do the dishes. Say the dishes weren't done. By shifting the focus to the object instead of the person, you remove the personal attack. The wall of defense stays down. Attack the problem, not the architect. If you didn't sleep well, tell yourself and others that you feel perfectly rested. Researchers have found that placebo sleep actually works. If you genuinely convince your brain that the battery is full, it will perform as if it is. Your biology is often just a reflection of your biography. If you're nervous before a speech, tell the audience, I'm a bit nervous, so bear with me. This does two things. It lightens your internal pressure, and it makes the audience root for you. People love a human story more than a perfect performance. Vulnerability isn't a crack in the wall, it's the light getting in. If you want to feel powerful in a room, imagine everyone there is a long-lost friend. This changes your micro-expressions. Your eyes soften, your posture opens, and you project a natural, calm authority that people are drawn to. Confidence isn't thinking you're better, it's not needing to compare at all. Finally, people don't remember the whole experience. They remember the peak, the most intense part, and the end. If you're on a date or an interview, make sure the final 30 seconds are high energy and positive. That is the file their brain will save. It's not how you start the building, but how you finish the roof that counts. Now, let's move from the drawing board to the construction site. Here is your exercise for the next 24 hours. Pick one person today and ask for a tiny, insignificant favor. A pen, a recommendation for a coffee shop, or a quick look at a document. Observe the shift in their energy afterward. You're not just asking for help, you're laying the first brick of a new relationship. Psychology isn't about manipulation, it's about understanding the invisible structures that connect us all. When you understand the blueprint, you can build a life that actually supports you. Since this is the very first episode of Mind Architects, I would be so thankful if you could support the channel with a like and a subscription. Your early support helps me create more blueprints for you, and honestly, it would make my day. Tell me in the comments, which of these 15 are you going to use first? I'm the Mind Architect. Build your mindset, and the future will build itself. Thank you for being here for the very first project. See you in the next one.